The Janata Vimukti Peramuna states that it was the current government which created a backdrop for a resolution to be presented against Sri Lanka. Politburo member of the party, Andrukumar Dissanayake, expressed this view at a media briefing held today.
Vartamani Sri Lanka
The draft resolution on democracy and human rights that is to be presented against Sri Lanka is to be presented to fulfill certain needs of the United States and other Western states. However, who created the necessary backdrop for such a resolution to be presented to the United Nations? Instead of moving forward by ensuring democracy, this government acted in a manner that violated democracy and human rights in the northern province and other provinces. Therefore, it is the government which created the necessary backdrop and environment for this resolution to be brought into the United Nations. Hence, who should the people in this country be against? The people should protest against this resolution being brought to the United Nations and also protest against the government which not only created an environment for such a resolution to be presented but also granted legal and legitimate room to do so.
Federation of National Organizations convened a media briefing in Colombo today. Several representatives attached to the organization expressed their views on the government's stand on the human rights allegations levelled at the UNHRC sessions in Geneva.
Firstly, we have to understand why this human rights resolution is brought forth. This is because Mahinda Rajapaksa did not implement the 13th Amendment to the Constitution. I have to stress at this occasion that we do not endorse certain activities carried out by the Mahinda Rajapaksa government. We believe that Mahinda Rajapaksa should have abolished the 13th Amendment to the Constitution once victory was achieved at the war front. If he acted accordingly at that time without fear, such a fate would not have befallen our country. However, without delving into the weaknesses of this government, we have a duty to stay beside our leader and strengthen his hands and ensure that the country is safeguarded at this dangerous time. If we did not defeat the LTTE and let them kill our innocent civilians at buses, trains, towns by blowing up bombs, I do not think that the UN Human Rights Council will have a problem today. I do not have faith in these demonstrations. I don't think that the Western countries will be deterred just because we take people aboard buses. I believe that there has to be a systematic program to face this situation. When we look at the world today, state leaders who did not adhere to the whims and fancies of the Western countries are being systematically murdered. Whatever resolution is passed or not, today they have begun taking steps against our country.
Demonstrations were held in several areas of the island recently, citing various reasons. On the 24th of this month, Fort Magistrate Kanishka Wijeratne ordered 4 television channels to submit in courts videotapes containing footage of the protest march organised by the opposition against the latest fuel price hike, which was held on the 17th of this month opposite the Fort railway station. This order was issued according to a request made to court by officers of the Colombo Crimes Division. The officers made this request by stating that since certain individuals who joined the protest march had damaged public property, the videotapes were necessary to conduct investigations into the individuals. Meanwhile, General Secretary of the United National Party expressed these views regarding the demonstration that is to be held in support of the government.
Why are they asking people to take to the streets? A resolution against Sri Lanka is to be brought to the Human Rights Council on the 27th of this month. They are asking for protest marches to be carried out against it. What are they trying to do? They are trying to forget about all the problems faced by the people. Instead of telling the people to take to the streets, the problem in Geneva must be discussed in Geneva. Will the problem in Geneva be resolved if we go in processions here? Do you think that the resolution will be withdrawn there if you hold a board up here in Polonnaruwa?
Taking a look at other local stories, Minister of Economic Development Basil Rajapaksa says that more than 600 million rupees will be provided for development in the Nuwara district for 2012. The minister made this statement at a meeting held at the Nuwara District Secretariat today.
The meeting was held at the auditorium of the Nuwara District Secretariat today under the patronage of Minister of Economic Development Basil Rajapaksa. A group including Nuwara District parliamentarians and state officials participated in this meeting. Some proposals will have to be rejected. If there are proposals that are not under the subject of our ministry and for which we cannot obtain funds from the Treasury, then please withdraw them and present alternative proposals today or later. Because after we approve such projects here, when putting into action, officials will face difficulties and there will be delays. It will be an obstacle to audits. Nuwara District parliamentarian P. Digambaram expressed these views following the meeting. The government has allocated a lot of money for the Nuwara District. However, District Secretary DPG Kumarasiri and other officials hand these projects to contractors. Roads which are repaired this month are in a dilapidated state in 3 to 4 months. Such actions take place in the Nuwara District. They knew that we will question about these moves before Minister Basil Rajapaksa. Hence, they did not allocate chairs for us. We had to come out. All these people are rogues. There are good officers at the District Secretariat. We don't deny that. However, 50% of the officials are rogues. If such actions continue, we will have to meet the President and convey our decision to him. I have never been involved in contracts, nor I have taken commissions. I have taken measures against individuals who have been involved in such actions. I have not even created room for such incidents to take place. However, if there are individuals who are saying that I have engaged in such actions, I will go to courts against such persons. I don't have money to go to courts, but I will collect money from my peers and go to courts. I'm ready to step down as a district secretary if someone proves that I am involved in contracts and taking commissions.
Opposition leader Ranil Wickremesinghe says that the UNP stands committed towards finding a solution for Sri Lanka. He stated that they look forward towards the government's response in this regard.
Wickremesinghe expressed these views while making a special statement on the United Nations Human Rights Council gathering in Geneva. Meanwhile, opposition and UNP leader Ranil Wickremesinghe pointed out that the basis for implementing the recommendations made by the President's Commission on Lessons Learnt and Reconciliation must be an agreement between the government and the opposition. Furthermore, he noted that the recommendations, which have already been backed by opposition parties, can now be implemented as a first step in this process. Wickremesinghe also brought to mind that a parliamentary select committee has been established based on discussions between the government and the Tamil National Alliance. Moreover, he stated that although there is a basis for more time to be granted to implement the LLRC report, certain actions taken by the government in the recent past has broken the trust placed in the government. Speaking further, opposition leader Ranil Wickremesinghe reiterated that despite it being 15 days since the President was informed of the UNP's stance towards the LLRC report, they have not yet received a response and are yet to see any of the recommendations in the report being implemented.
The World Peace Bell brought to the Peace Pagoda located on the Hatton Adams Peak Road today. The bell will be declared open on Madin Full Moon Poe Day.
The bell was taken to Nallatanya this morning and was then taken from Nallatanya to the Nishanka cave on a helicopter belonging to the Sri Lanka Air Force. This 2,500 kilogram bell, which is made from copper, was manufactured in Germany. There are peace bells located in 20 countries across the world, while the 21st bell was brought to Sri Lanka in this manner. The World Peace Bell was sent to Sri Lanka based on the assistance of an American donor and her father with the initiative of the World Peace Organization. The bell was kept at the Nishanka cave near the Peace Pagoda with the approval of the chief incumbent of the Sri Pada Vihara, Venerable Bengamue Dhammaditta Thera, and the Department of Buddhist Affairs. The American donor presented a token of appreciation to the group, including the pilot of the helicopter, for successfully transporting the bell to the Peace Pagoda.
You are watching News First, and up next is a look at Action TV.
On the 13th of this month, Action TV presented one example of the scale of the problems being faced by people who have been excluded by the program of Beautifying Colombo 7 for the needs of a limited number of people. This was Crow Island in Colombo 15. The residents of Crow Island told Action TV that they had been unable to establish which institution should be held responsible for the failure to maintain this polluted canal. When we take it to the municipal council, they say it is not our responsibility. When we go to the Waterway Development Authority, they send us to the Urban Development Authority. Then we are directed to the Housing Development Authority. They also said that this canal, which has become a paradise for mosquitoes due to the apparent non-existence of a responsible institution, has also been overlooked during dengue prevention programs. The canal has been mostly covered by water plants as the water has become stagnant, with the mouth of the canal being blocked. Therefore, the Sri Lanka Navy took measures yesterday to broaden the mouth of the canal to allow the water to flow, setting the platform for the urgent program to renovate the Crow Island Canal. The Colombo Municipal Council took measures today to remove the thick growth of water plants. We are thankful to Action TV, but what we need is not a temporary solution. It's not just about cleaning up a canal, we need a permanent solution to the problem. The Crow Island Beach Park Management Committee, which functions with the assistance of the residents of Crow Island, also assisted in renovation work on the canal. The committee says that if the canal is renovated as per the original plan, then they themselves will undertake the responsibility of maintaining it. This is a temporary measure. The mosquitoes breed around these water plants, but now that salt water will get mixed in here, the plants will die off and the mosquito eggs will also be destroyed with the increase in salt water. Action TV will keep a close watch on if the necessary weight is being placed on the renovation of the Crow Island Canal, where exists a backdrop in which the people too can be incorporated in the program to beautify Colombo.
A special puja ceremony was held today at the Kenmarache Usankanda Swami Kovil in Jaffna. The purpose of the puja was to invoke blessings on all people across the world. The Valampuri Sanka Puja commenced this morning. Following the puja to Lord Ganesh, 108 Valampuris were paraded on the streets. A large number of devotees participated in this puja ceremony.